everybody, welcome back to Sky Girl Reporter, and today we are interviewing a wonderful councilman named Councilman Chris Cate, and we're going to learn what a councilman does, so let's say hi to him.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
All right, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So let's get on to the first question. So my first question is, what does a councilman or council girl do?
So a councilman or councilwoman is somebody who is elected by the residents in the district that they represent. So for me, I represent District 6, and the neighborhoods that are in District 6 are Claremont, Kearny Mesa, Miramar, Mira Mesa, Sereno Valley, and Rancho Penasquitos. And so my job is to represent them at the city of San Diego and try to be their advocate and help them with any issues or problems that they may have to improve their quality of life.
What type of things do you vote on?
So we vote on a whole host of things. It could be funding for our parks and our recreation centers, or to build new parks and recreation centers, funding for our libraries to keep our libraries open, to make sure that we have police officers and firefighters and lifeguards around to protect us. So we vote on a whole host of issues that are going to be important for people in the district I represent.
How often does the city council meet?
So typically we meet every week, and we have breaks throughout the year. So in a couple of weeks we'll be on our summer recess, where we won't have meetings for the rest of the summer. Then we come back, but we typically meet every single week. And then we also serve on smaller, what are called council committees, which are smaller groups of the 9 of us on the city council, and they have specific topics that we focus on. So it could be things like public safety, or the environment, or the city's budget, or any type of housing projects that are being proposed. So we only have certain meetings where all 9 of us meet, and then we have meetings where a smaller number of us meet as well too.
What other things do councilmen do?
So not only do we vote on issues, but we also try to promote people to be civically engaged. And that can be things like registering to vote, or voting, or participating and calling us and providing feedback to us, doing interviews like this as well too. We want to make sure that our residents know what's happening at the city. Sometimes in everyday life, it's often forgotten about what the city council or the city of San Diego does. So we want to make sure people are active and knowledgeable about what's happening at the city, because that's actually your tax dollars that are going to pay for our salaries and all the services we provide to you.
How does a person become a city councilman?
So we go through elections, and we are voted on by voters within the district that we want to represent. So for me, I was elected back in 2014 and was re-elected again in 2018. But at the city of San Diego, we're only allowed to serve a total of 8 years. So my term ends in December of next year, and after that I'll be done, and someone new will take my position. But we are hired by voters in the district in the city of San Diego, and we can also be fired by them.
What was the biggest challenge during the pandemic?
Oh gosh, I think, well, there are a number of challenges. One was being able to communicate with people and hear their issues and try to resolve any problems that they were having. It was seeing people struggle, and our small business owners and restaurants struggle. A lot of my friends own businesses, and they took a pretty big hit during the pandemic, so it was very difficult to see that happening and really feel powerless in trying to help them, and seeing the outcomes of what the pandemic brought. That was a big challenge for us. And so I hope that we're on the other end of that, and we're starting to see better things come, and people be able to be active and participate and go about their normal lives prior to the pandemic.
Why did you want to be a councilman?
That's a great question. So I grew up in San Diego. I was born and raised here, and I love this city. I love this county, this region, and I wanted to give back. My dad was a police officer for 27 years. I had family members that were in the military, and so they were public servants in some form or fashion. And I didn't go down that path, and I felt that this was the way in which I can give back to the public and serve the public for a shorter period of time, and leave the city better than I found it. And that's what was important for me. And I have 3 children now, and I want to make sure that they're able to grow up in a city that I had a hand in shaping for them.
What do you love about being a councilman?
It's something different every day. It's not the same thing that we're working on every single day. So there's a lot of different challenges and adventures that come with the job. Also, it's meeting people. It's meeting new people, learning more about different neighborhoods in the city, and trying to help them. And when you're able to do that and to get something done for somebody that helps them and improves their lives, it's very rewarding.
What is the hardest part in general?
How long things take. Government is notoriously slow, and I wish I could solve problems very quickly or the day after we hear them, but unfortunately some solutions take some time, and you have to be very determined in trying to find those solutions and work on those solutions and make sure that they happen for people, because a lot of people are relying upon me and my office to get those things done.
Is there anything else people should know about being a councilman?
Even despite the challenges, it's the best job in the world. I've loved being a council member for District 6. I love the people in the neighborhoods that I represent, and hope that folks see that we work incredibly hard, and we get things done, and we're very solution oriented, and hopefully the next person who comes into my office or comes into this seat is someone who also cares about the neighborhoods and wants to represent them well.
That was my last question.
Awesome.
So I learned a lot about what a councilman does, or a council girl, don't want to be disinclusive. So then I learned a lot, and I would like to say thank you. It was an honor to interview a councilman, so thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Hope you see our next video on Sky Girl Reporter with a new job and a different person telling us what their job is. And hopefully you'll learn a lot in this video. Bye!